All right, everyone. We are back. Tankers Fantasy Football coming at you. It's been a lot of action happening on the last couple weeks here, so we're just going to give you an idea on some of the latest stock fallers and stock risers. We're going in no particular order, but we are going to go by position first, and we are going to hit you off with some running back news first here.
Yeah, we're going to start in Washington with the Redskins. I mean, my goodness, a couple, 2-3 weeks ago, Perrine was actually getting drafted sometimes over Robert Kelly, but now, I mean, they're talking about, Perrine is not even close. They're talking about Fat Rob getting a full workload out there at the start of the season, and if that's the case where he's going in like the 8th round, he is becoming a very savory draft pick.
Yeah, and another backfield, we're talking Seattle. We did a big money league last night where it saw Eddie Lacy goes the 3rd running back for Seattle.
Oh my goodness.
Size was the first one off in like the 9th round. Rawls in like the 10th. We saw Lacy in the 11th.
Lacy went in the 11th round. I mean, I know Thomas Rawls went out there and worked with the first team in that preseason game, and Lacy wouldn't really go out there and show much of anything. But, I mean, my goodness, Lacy in the 11th round, I mean, that becomes a very savory pick at that point. I mean, even if he doesn't do anything for you, I mean, my
what are
goodness.
You out? You're out a double-digit round pick?
Yeah.
You're out like your 4th running back?
I mean, we were talking about taking Rawls in the 13th back when Lacy was going in like that 7th or 8th round, but now we're talking Lacy went in the 11th. And this is a very competitive league, people. These are dudes that are paying $350 to get in this sumbitch. So this is a very competitive 12-team league, and Lacy went in the mid-11th round just last night.
And then another guy, too, they're talking, what was it, Chris Carson, the rookie, finding his way and getting some touches, too.
Yeah, this backfield's just getting murky out there. I mean, maybe that's another reason why the Lacy has just been plummeting down, but I mean, I think you just got to get a little piece of this Seattle backfield, and all of them are going dirt cheap.
Yeah, might as well just get whatever one you kind of like the most, and just at least have one.
They're all going at bench player prices, so I mean, it's kind of like pick your guy out there and run with him on. Seattle running back on your bench is never really necessarily a bad thing.
And a former Seattle back, we're talking Marshawn Lynch. This is a guy who had been going very consistent 2nd round, dropping into the 3rd round. And I have seen some times where he's fallen even into the 4th round now.
I've seen him going several mocks in the 4th round lately. I mean, this is getting to the point of very savory value. I mean, that is in the 4th round, that is RB2 territory. And I don't think there's any way, shape, or form if Marshawn Lynch is playing football behind that Oakland offensive line this season that he is in no way. He's going to be, I mean, worst case scenario, you got to think middle of the road RB2. But I'm saying, back end RB1 easy if he's on the field for this Oakland Raider team this season on a regular basis. You know he's going to at least get, he's going to be getting goal line work. He's going to be getting a lot of these almost all these first, second down. I mean, they might give him a blow for a series or two now and again, but I mean, I just don't think there's any way, shape, or form this guy isn't at least getting 15 to 18 touches a week.
All right, now I got the Green Bay backfield here, where we see Ty Montgomery potentially losing first team to a guy like the rookie in Williams here.
Yeah, Montgomery was in our value conversation like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I just don't know if he's still in there, and that he's still going into that early to mid 4th round pick. And Ty Montgomery's kind of getting in that unsavory zone. I mean, Jamal Williams is kind of becoming more of the guy you want to be targeting, and he's going in like the 10th, 11th round.
Yeah.
10th, 11th round. So if you're looking to get a Green Bay running back, and not really necessarily have to rely on them and to start the season, I think Jamal Williams is the way to go.
Similar to like what we're talking about the Eddie Lacy situation, you can spend a 10th round pick on this guy, so it's not like you're paying the piper for a dude and hoping he plans out. You're talking almost dart territories. Who could be legitimate starters on good football teams?
I mean, they're saying Jamal Williams is being decent in pass pro, and that is really the major hurdle to get on the field for the Green Bay Packers, because you got to protect their boy Aaron Rodgers, otherwise you can't even sniff the field.
Next, we got Philadelphia backfield. Ryan Matthews, cut. He's out the door here. And they're talking good things from Smallwood here. Blunt's not really going to look to thrive like he did with the New England Salt in the games away last year.
Yeah, they're throwing shade on Garrett Blunt, saying he hasn't really done anything to impress anybody in practices. I know it's kind of hard for a guy like Garrett Blunt to impress in like, non-tackling practice situations, but I mean, I just don't know. I think the Patriots allowed. All Garrett Blunt had to do for the Patriots last year was stay healthy, and it made him be a very high-end back-end RB1, high-end RB2 conversation. But I don't think that's going to be the situation at all in Philly. I mean, they're talking about Smallwood running like a man possessed in padded practices out there. And I mean, we went in the draft last night. We got Smallwood in the 20th round of a 12-team league. So, I mean, this is talking about this guy might even start the season on a lot of your waiver wires out there. And I just think he is definitely worth that dart throw.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby.
Got another guy, Spencer Ware here, who's found his way going and sliding into the 5th to 6th, maybe even the 7th round I've seen once or twice. But now he's going about the 6th range here. And it's to the point where they're talking that he is a heavy favorite now over Kareem Hunt as of this moment.
Yeah, looking like he is going to at least start this season getting the majority of the work in the Kansas City backfield. I mean, I know we were talking, throwing a lot of shade on this guy. And he's been going, he started off going second, third round.
Yeah.
And he's kind of tapering in the 4th, and kind of a little unsavory. But last night, this guy went in the 6th round, and at this point, I mean, they're talking about he's going to be the guy handling these 15 to 18 touches for the Kansas City Chiefs going to that 6th round. I mean, I don't know how. At that point, it's getting a little bit, you can touch him now. I feel like that's a decent play now. He's getting down in there. It's like him or Bilal Powell, kind of who do you like at that point? I mean, I don't know. I might have to still slightly, possibly give the edge to Powell because I just hate on Spencer Ware so much. But you got to just think that Spencer Ware, at least going into the season, probably has the higher floor than Bilal Powell at this moment.
And a guy who's jumped possibly more than anyone that I've seen recently, Darren McFadden, is just going off the charts. I've seen him go in the 9th and 10th round in recent mocks.
Yeah, he's
just because of the suspension with Elliott. We'll see if the 6 games holds, because you got to think, we're talking 6 games, and then he's got the bye week. So this guy could only be playing a few games for you in the fantasy season.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, McFadden, I think if you're looking to throw a dart, I think this was 10th, 11th round. McFadden's getting a little bit unsavory. I mean, Alfred Morris is going undrafted out there, and I mean, I know it's crazy, but I just think Alfred Morris is probably the better player at this point. I mean, McFadden missed the whole season last year. I mean, looks like you're talking about how he's running a little bit stiff out there still, and I just don't know. I mean, if you're looking to just get some guy to stash, wait and see, maybe Elliott just doesn't do something bad happens or something, I don't know what the fuck. But I don't know. Get some Alfred.
Yeah, he literally went undrafted.
Yeah, went undrafted.
In a 12-team, 20-rounder. So at that point, yeah, McFadden in the 10th, there's still an awful lot of guys that can produce at that round. All right, let's talk about some wide receivers here. We're talking about this guy, I barely even knew who he was. Barely. Our boy from NIU, Northern Iowa.
Little blip on the radar only because he went to a local school in NIU representing out there. But this guy is, I mean, look at the measurables. 6'4" and 213. I mean, he is beasting out there. I mean, if he can get on the field for Stafford, I mean, we might be looking.
Yeah, we're talking Galladay.
Galladay, sorry, I haven't even said his name yet, I guess. I didn't even say the guy's name. All right, but yeah, Galladay, I mean, my goodness, I know this is just like an absolute dart throw, like, 14th, 15th round and beyond. But if they're talking, he has been running with the first team. I mean, Marvin Jones be damned. I mean, Galladay's 6'4".
They need someone on the outside. I mean, Golden Tate's going to take up the slot. Anquan Bolden's out the door. I mean, really, there's not much on the outside there for an explosion. And this guy is 6'4" frame. He could be a red zone target as well.
Yeah, maybe trying to get a poor man's Calvin Johnson situation going with the height scenario with the Stafford. Maybe getting him back and getting him another tall receiver. And if he's on the field, I mean, my goodness, just like Wendell Smallwood, I think a solid dart throw for you to wait and see. you don't have to really, no reason to get and start these guys. I mean, stashing weight on them.
And a guy who I think is coming borderline undraftable here is John Brown for the Cardinals here. I mean, they're talking, the sickle cell still hanging around. And not to mention, he's obviously not 100%.
Completely underperforming the last 2 seasons. They're talking about Jaron Brown is the number 2 receiver on the depth chart. I just don't know. I think John Brown is becoming a very unsavory draft pick. I don't know. I wouldn't even touch him. I'm not saying I'm necessarily on the Jaron Brown either, but I'm just saying that to, throw another nail in the coffin on the unsavoriness of John Brown.
And a guy that we've been kind of talking in the offseason here is getting the hype train rolling.
Becoming maybe better than a best ball option out there.
All right, we got talking Ted Ginn. They're saying he might be the number 2 listed wide receiver above Willie Snead. And he's going in like the 11th to 10th or 11th round in a lot of these mocks here.
I mean, if Ted Ginn can somehow become an every down player for the Saints, I mean, deep balls, going, a little screen action. If Ted Ginn can hold on to the football and somehow, some way catch his ass like 65 balls, and we could be talking about wide receiver 3 production in like the 11th round. Decent flex play options on a very high-powered offense of the New Orleans Saints. If he's on the field every down, I mean, my goodness, how are you going to say Ted Ginn doesn't have wide receiver 3 possibilities?
Oh, I think easily.
Absolutely.
The guy who's also getting the hype train rolling strong, we're talking Devin Funchess here.
We got him in the 15th round of a 12-teamer last night. I know he didn't really shine in the preseason yet, but the good thing to take away is he played all 9 of the first team snaps and then left the field. So he is definitely strictly a first team wide receiver, and I think that is a very good sign for a second-year guy like Devin Funchess.
And a guy like Kelvin Benjamin's still struggling out there.
Yeah.
Devin Funchess could find himself second in the team behind targets behind a guy like Greg Olsen.
My goodness, he did have a little bit of shine on him last year, able to find the end zone there a few times, and I think Devin Funchess definitely getting the 15th, 16th round. We got him in the second to last pick of the 15th round last night. Getting very savory territory for another good stash wait and see. Some Eric Decker. I mean, we've been kind of on the. We said, just some way somehow Eric Decker is going to lead the Tennessee Titans in touchdowns, and I still do believe that.
Just total fantasy points for a receiver position here.
But he's getting into that mid-6th round now. And I mean, that's getting a little bit into the unsavory zone for Eric Decker. You're talking about, I saw him getting taken over the likes of Jamison Crowder and Julian Edelman, and I just can't get on either. That's just craziness to me. Last night, that's just madness.
I mean, he's not young, and he basically missed the entire season last year.
I mean, I loved him before. He was going 10th, 11th round?
Yeah, he was going 10th, though, and I was saying, watch out. He's going to sneak up into that 7th, 8th round, Eric Decker.
He went
now we're
6th
talking
round last night in a very competitive league. I know taking over Crowder and Edelman is just absolute insanity in my eyes. How are you going to do such things?
All right, let's talk about a couple Buffalo guys. We're talking Zay Jones. Talking Jordan Matthews.
New Buffalo guys, both
and
of them.
even Anquan Bolden. We'll throw him. He got signed anyway, so we'll mention his name.
He's there, but I don't know about you, Bolden. Bolden just that kind of guy that pisses you off because he steals your other guy's touchdowns a few times. He's just that guy that pisses you off.
He'll have 45 catches on the season.
Yeah,
he'll have 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, it'll be ridiculous. Jordan Matthews, I think his stock has definitely gone up leaving. He left them. He was probably third and fourth at targets when he left Philadelphia.
If you're looking at where he's in Philadelphia, we're talking there's Aguilar, we're talking there was Ertz, we're talking
Torrey Smith, Alshon Jeffrey,
not to mention
Darren Sproles stealing targets out there.
He could have been the 5th to 6th target conversation, and now he's going to a guy. I know Tyrod Taylor obviously is not slinging it.
Yeah, he's not the sexy boy deluxe.
He's the number 1 option in this offense, I feel like he has to be because number 2 is probably the rookie Zay Jones.
Yeah, I mean, you got Anquan Bolden and Jordan Matthews are kind of those inside wide receiver guys that's going to force like Zay Jones on the outside. And he didn't even play outside in college, so I'm just thinking it's going to be a heavy learning curve for a guy like Zay Jones and doing from not only going from college to the pros, but now he's going to have to learn an outside receiver position in the pros on his first year as a rookie. I just think that might be too hard of a learning curve for a guy like Zay Jones, especially on a run-heavy team like the Buffalo Bills to even catch fantasy win this year. I just think Jordan Matthews going like, what, 8th, 9th round or something like that right now.
Yeah.
I just think like Jordan Matthews can be your first bench spot guy, can turn into a very decent flex play for you down the road.
One more guy we'll hit on here. We're talking
Used to be a Bill.
Sammy Watkins with the blockbuster trade going on. And I just don't think his stock really changes much.
Yeah, it's kind of a parallel move, you know?
I feel like maybe in dynasty leagues it might go up a tick.
But I feel like the Bills have more score. I mean, the Bills definitely had more scoring opportunities than the Rams did.
I just feel like still,
you gotta give them that.
I mean, I just not a believer yet in Jared Goff, and I just don't see his ceiling this year whatsoever. I feel like it's still, it almost might be worse than with Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, I don't know. I think his ceiling maybe.
They're both obvious run first teams anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think I'm avoiding Sammy Watkins right now. I'm just like completely. I was kind of afraid. You know, his injury situation was what scared me off in Buffalo, but I just think now it's his injury situation and the unknown that is Jared Goff. I mean, I know Tyrod Taylor is no way sexy deluxe, but I mean, at least Tyrod Taylor's kind of clanking and banging out there. I mean, we don't even know what the hell Jared Goff is possibly capable of nothing. You know what I'm saying? All right, I forgot to talk about earlier. If you wanna get it sexy, get yourself a sexy boy tee. I got fucking listed on eBay now. Even you go to eBay, you search for Takers Fantasy, it'll come up. You just message me in there what your size is, and I will get it sexy for you. Oh, baby.
Once again, if you liked what you saw, please subscribe below. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment. We'll get back to you. We love talking to you guys. Get sexy as usual. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be pounding out some more mocks here soon for you.
Oh, I think one might be coming tomorrow.
We'll see. No surprises. We'll see.
I don't know.
All right. We'll see you next time.